Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday the 9th of November. Thank you for joining me. I'm using the amazing Osho Zen deck for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. And these are really unconventional cards. If you want something quirky and totally different, these are one of a kind. They're amazing. What I do when I shuffle the cards is simply set the intention to discover what the energy of the day is about and how we can use that to our advantage. So this reading is for all signs of the zodiac and it's for everyone who watches. We've got ripeness, we've got Osho, the master, which is like the world, completion. And then we have rebirth. Fascinating. So, when something is ripe, you're able to pluck it and you're able to harvest the good. We had that imagery very, very recently, so that energy of fullness, of abundance continues, and you're able to now harvest the good things in your life, and you're able to kind of reap the benefits of your hard work. That now comes to a completion point. There's nothing to be scared of. The moon is coming to the end of its waning period and it's becoming a new moon where it's going to be totally black. So this cycle is finished. You harvest these apples or plums, and then in the new moon, you set a new intention. You're like, this season is over. What are we going to plant now? We're going to plant wheat, or we're going to plant corn for the next season. So it's about really trying to get the most out of today, or enjoying the fabulous things that come out of work that you've done in the past. So expect, again, something really positive in your practical life. So either in terms of money or job, physical health or daily routine. Then the card at the center of this reading, the master, is Osho. Osho was a guru who was, I think it was in Colorado, and he was so famous for having all these Rolls Royces, and there was this woman who was very militaristic in terms of how she dealt with the locals, and it became this whole drama. I watched the documentary, but Osho himself, and it's usually that way, look at Jesus and what he taught, and then what human beings did with that and turned it into, had nothing to do with Jesus. Same thing with Osho. What he was saying and what he was advocating, the institution that built up around him really had very little to do with the core teachings. And I really think he was someone who was enlightened the way we all are, but he, I was talking to a friend about this. Enlightened people always say, you don't have to do anything. You already are. You just have to realize it. And it's always like, yes, well, thank you very much. But how? That was really useful. Thanks, G. This gives you a sense of completion. It gives you a sense of, I have mastered a situation in my life which now comes to a close, or I am now getting the check and that whole situation is finished. I am proud of myself for being able to harvest that good thing because I planted it, and if it hadn't been for me, I wouldn't have got all of this amazing stuff. So I feel better about myself. I'm an expert. I'm a master in doing this. So I finished one cycle. So now I'm going to do another cycle, and I'm going to plant twice as many trees because there was such a huge demand for my product. I feel great about what I'm doing because I get great feedback and I have a wonderful outcome. So you get good news or good outcome or good sales, and luck is on your side. It will make you look good. It will make you look like a master. So this is another fabulous day to make a fresh start and to present yourself. If you want to make a fresh start, and you've had a cheese shop for the last 5 years, but you now want to work as a university lecturer teaching linguistics, then you make a fresh start. You brush up your degree in linguistics that you never used, but that you've had at the back of the cabinet, and you start applying for lecturer jobs. You get that, and you start a different chapter of your life. That's actually a real example. One of my professors at university did have a cheese shop, so it is really possible. So the external events of the day make you feel amazing about yourself because you realize that you are the reason why all of this good stuff is happening, and you feel really proud of yourself. You feel expert, and you feel, like I said, at ease within yourself, and like you can finally relax. 10 is rebirth, and 10, rebirth really is this process of plucking and harvesting, drawing a line and saying this is done, so that's dead, that's over, and now I'm starting something new. I'm the phoenix rising from the ashes. Like when you burn down a field, in South Africa they always do this, they burn all the fields down because the ash is such great fertilizer for the grass to grow back, and then it's lush and thick and great. So every culture on planet Earth has realized that we have to have death before we can have new life. We have to have duality. We have to have balance because that's what this planet is about. So this is rebirth, and it's a lion transforming into a flute-playing girl standing on top of a camel. That's why the Osho Zen deck is the Osho Zen deck. That's why it's so famous, and that's why people love it, because it's so random. Strength and rebirth is really, I mean, making it from camel to becoming a lion is a stretch, but then becoming a lion to a human being is also a real stretch. So you're making incredible progress that is beyond, if you told anyone how much progress you've made, they wouldn't believe it. If you say, can you, like Ripley's Believe It or Not, you write to them and you say, can you believe how far I've come? And they write back, we don't believe you. So, first of all, give yourself 10 minutes to actually celebrate your success and the good things that come in any practical form. Work, money, love, a person, your soulmate, a new way of life, new security, good news in test results. Realize that you have now got another chance, or you have now got the knowledge to create something new from this experience, and you transform your life and you're starting your next incarnation. You've been a camel. That's when you were selling apricots. Then you became a lion. You were selling plums. You mastered that. Now you're a human being. You're going to start selling music. So it's rebirth. It's you progressing from a very base animalistic level to a conscious human level. I mean, that is evolution that is beyond comprehension. That's miraculous. That is only if a higher power or some sort of universal force was in play would that happen. And anything is possible, because Osho is in the middle of this, watching all of this calmly and saying, this is all normal. This is all part of the process. Number-wise, we've got 9 and 1. It's 10. Another 10 is 20. 20 reduces to 2 in numerology, and 2 is about cooperation. So cooperating with the outside world, accepting the positive things that come in, cooperating with yourself, using your skills and your ideas to accept your ideas and to say, great, I will honor that and I will actually implement that and I will start this new chapter in my life. I have the strength to do that, because I'm ready to rebirth. I'm not clinging on. I'm not hanging on for dear life. I'm open and willing to change. If you're open and willing to change today, you will do much better. And second, 1 and 2 obviously is a relationship. So there's the great potential to rebirth yourself as someone who is ripe and juicy and goes from being single, and you're now reborn as someone who enters a new relationship. Or you are retired and you've been doing certain things. You've now decided that you've lived in England for long enough. You've experienced it. There's not much more to learn. You decide you're skilled enough to now move, and you find yourself a place in Spain where the weather is better, and you decide to make that kind of move, and you rebirth yourself and you start a whole new chapter in your life where the kids have to call nanny in Spain now rather than just go around to her house. You have the power, you're the master, you're the expert, the ball is in your court. The universe is supplying you with good, positive things coming in and the opportunity to tick something off, to put it in the archived folder, so to speak, as in check, tick, we've dealt with this, now let's move on to the new thing. So be flexible, don't get bogged down by one thing. Make sure you complete one thing and move forward with something new. And that's the best way to feel like you're riding this day's energy wave. Because you need to finish something, you need to start something new, and then you will feel like the master. And that's the best way to feel about the day. You feel good about yourself, you raise your vibration, you give off positive Osho master vibes. And that's why 1 and 2 relationship, you possibly attract someone who wants part of your amazing charisma. It's all interconnected. So I hope you have a lovely day. If you would like a personal reading with me, then please visit my website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, you can click on the Book Your Reading Now button, or you can click on the shop page to order your reading with me. I also have the Gregory Scott Tarot coming out. Can you believe it? I have my own deck of cards coming out. I wrote the description for what I wanted each card to look like, and an Italian artist in Italy is working on those now as we speak. We don't know the exact date when they will be finished, but they're available for pre-order on the website as well. If you would like my deck, have a look at that. In my personal readings, I use tarot, astrology, and numerology. I draw up your natal birth charts in the astrology by taking your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, there's a process called chart rectification where I can work out your time of birth. Once I have all that info, I draw up your birth chart. It's a blueprint of who you are. It shows me your strengths, your weaknesses, the dark little crevices that we have to clean up, where the biggest talent is, and what you can focus on to have the greatest vocational achievement in your life. And it also shows me your spiritual purpose and what you're really here for. It tells me where the ideal place is for you, what's happening for you in love and romance and long-term relationships, as well as security and balance and finance. So if you have any questions at all, please get in touch with me for a private session. GregoryScott.com. If you like the video, please hit subscribe and share the video online. That would be fabulous. I hope you have a wonderful day. Check out some of my other videos. I've done the weekly horoscope for all signs of the zodiac. I've done the monthly horoscopes for November for each sign of the zodiac, and the yearly forecast for 2020 for each sign of the zodiac. I was really curious about 2020 because the great conjunction happens at the end of 2020. I talk about all of this in the 2020 videos, and that happens once every 20 years. So I was super curious to see what was going on for each of the signs. That's why I made them so early. Have a look at those. They're really, you'll be surprised at what's coming our way. It's really, really, well, I won't spoil it for you. Have a lovely day. And I look forward to hearing from you in person. And check out some of the videos that I mentioned. There's loads and loads and loads of stuff to watch. Like I said, have a fabulous day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.